Tadej Pogacar just dropped what might be the most backhanded compliment of his career, and yes, it's about Remco Evenepoels. In a remarkably calm, slightly amused interview, Pogacar admitted that Remco's potential scares him. That's right, the Slovenian superstar, who has really terrified the peloton like a one-man freight train, says that he's a little worried that Evenepoels is going to get even better. So I was reading a cycling news article, and Pogacar's exact line was, "It will be interesting to see if he can make another step. It would be scary to see him even better." Think about that for a second. Pogacar isn't just acknowledging a rival, he's openly admitting that he fears what Remco is capable of. And in my opinion, this is as close as you get to verbal recognition that Remco might truly be the heir to his throne. So, buckle up, because here's my very sarcastic and very real breakdown of what Pogacar's admission really means, why he's probably losing sleep, and how this sets up what could be the biggest rivalry in pro cycling for years to come. The scary truth. Why Pogacar is actually terrified of Remco. Okay, let's start with the main course here, Pogacar's fear. When he says a rider scares him, that's not cycling speak for "I don't like him." That's "I respect him deeply and I'm not sure how to stop him if he does level up." It's like a boxer admitting that his opponent might be stronger next time, and you know what that means. Danger. Now, is Pogacar being overly dramatic? Sure, maybe, but I don't buy that entirely. Cycling isn't high school. These aren't men who train 300 plus days a year, pour their lives into watts and skis full of fans, and every tactical nuance matters. When Tadej speaks like this, he's not playing. He's signalling. Remco's move to Red Bull only amplified the threat. Pogacar noted that switching teams could be, quote, a really good change for Evenepoels. Translation, new team, fresh leadership, and maybe fewer constraints. When he says it would be scary to see him even better, he's not just talking about raw power, he's talking about redesigning his rival from the ground up. And yeah, that's terrifying. With Bora Red Bull behind him, Remco's infrastructure, support system, and resources could rocket him into a new stratosphere. That's not just a challenge, it's a potential threat to Pogacar's legacy. Furthermore, Pogacar's fear reels really a lot lately. It's not "I'm worried about the peloton", it's Remco specifically. Pogacar is basically saying, this guy isn't just strong, he's on my narrative. He's the one who could take over my era. Now that's real. This isn't a passing threat. It's an existential one. And if you think Pogacar is going to take that slightly, then you're probably underestimating how much this matters to him. The intellectual chessboard. What this means strategically. Alright, now let's put our tinfoil hats on and get strategic. Why would Pogacar admit this publicly? Is he just being honest, or is he playing mental chess? Well, maybe a bit of both, but don't dismiss the chess part too quickly. By highlighting Remco's potential like this, Pogacar is reminding the world he knows the threat and he respects it. That's not weakness, it's like a power play, if you will. First, this comment shifts public perception. It's not just the fans who will now be thinking, oh, Remco could take over. Teams, sponsors, analysts, everyone is now more alert. By admitting his respect and fear, Pogacar raises Remco's profile even higher, but he also positions himself as the mature, wise leader who isn't afraid of rising talent. He's playing the long game. I see you, Remco, I respect you, but I'm not going to back down. That's a narrative no one can ignore. Second, it might be a bit of a warning to Evenepoel's new team. Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe is making a big bet with Remco. Pogacar's words could act as a subtle pressure tactic, a way of saying, you're walking into a kingdom, son. Pogacar is essentially telling them, this move is smart, but I see you and I'm ready for it. That's bold, but in this sport, physiological positioning is half the battle, and so's psychological. Third, it's a signal to Pogacar's own team and management. He's reminding everyone, including his coaches, DS and supporters, that he sees Evenepoel as a long-term rival. He's not underestimating him, he's not ignoring the threat. This could be his way of securing maximum support, resources, and attention to ensure that he stays ahead in every possible domain: climbing, time trialing, tactics, you name it. Finally, we've got their legacy. Pogacar might not just be racing to win, he could be strategizing to cement his place in history, trying his hardest to make sure as few riders reach his level as possible in his lifetime to come. By acknowledging Remco's potential for growth, he's strengthening the storyline. I am the standard. This man could surpass me, but I will fight until the end. It kind of elevates both riders. It's classic rival elevating sports drama, and in the world of cycling, that is golden. The reality check. Why Remco could actually outgrow him. Now let's talk about reality. Yes, Pogacar's a beast, and yes, he's one of the best ever in my opinion. I think you'd all agree with me. But Remco Evenepoel is no joker. Behind his youthful grin and flamboyant riding style, there's definitely a deeply serious athlete whose trajectory suggests that he can actually close the gap. This is not wishful thinking or fanboy hype. There are solid reasons why Pogacar might be right to be scared, or at least considerate. First, Remco's time trial pedigree is ridiculous. He just won the world time trial title again. If he keeps building on that and pairs it with climbing gains, he becomes a complete Grand Tour threat. Pogacar knows this, and his comment that Remco could get even better, well, he's not talking about just being fast on flat roads. He's talking about potentially being a full GC monster with credible time trial strength and enough climbing chops to challenge in the mountains. Now, secondly, Remco's team move is critical. Red Bull isn't a random destination. It's a serious platform built around boosting his GC potential. With his DS Sports Director lineup, support structure and resources, he could get even more tailored training, better race targeting, and solid backing to build a multi-year GC campaign. Pogacar's comment about another step may well refer to his team level support being cranked up to 11. Third, Remco's mental game is perhaps more underrated than it should be. He's young, hungry, and clearly ambitious. He's not just chasing Pogacar for the sake of rivalry. He seems to genuinely want to be the best. That kind of motivation, paired with ability, is terrifying in a sport where margins are measured in watts and seconds. If Remco keeps improving, watches Pogacar's moves, learns from his losses, and stays focused, he could be the guy who, well, doesn't just challenge Pogacar, but overtakes him. Fourth, Pogacar admitted concern that suggests he's not overconfident. If someone like Tadej is saying, yeah, he's good, but I'm scared he might be even better, it means that he's aware of how fragile the leads are, how quickly new talent can shift the balance, and how important internal focus and team strength remains. It's a sign that even the untouchable superstar knows the clock is ticking. The people around Remco are not naive. Red Bull are clearly backing him for the long haul. They didn't just hire him for one flashy season. The staff, the strategy, and the ambitions are real. If that structure delivers, Remco could indeed get to a point where Pogacar is not just his rival, but the man might just realistically dethrone him. In some scenarios, it is possible. Pogacar's fear isn't just hype. It's one possible future scenario, and he's knowing that. He's not dismissing it. What do you guys think? Comment down below your opinions in the comment section, and leave a like on this video for good luck before you go. If you're new to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button down below to be kept up to date with all of the latest cycling news, cycling drama, and cycling results.